Welcome to the Deep Dive.
Great to be here.
So you sent us this really interesting article about a new NBC reality show, Destination X.
That's the one, from Koi Moi.
And we've dived into it like we do. The mission for you listening is basically to get the full picture fast. What's this show about? Why should you maybe care?
Absolutely. And the Koi Moi piece gives us a great starting point. It outlines a really fascinating concept.
Yeah, what's so different about it?
Well, you know how most travel shows are about seeing amazing known places?
Sure, experiencing the destination.
Right. This flips it. Here, the whole point is not knowing the destination.
Yeah.
The mystery is the journey, which I think makes you engage differently.
Okay, interesting. So let's get into the nitty-gritty. What's the core concept of Destination X?
So essentially, it's a travel competition. Contestants are traveling across Europe.
Okay.
But here's the kicker. They have absolutely no clue where they are.
Yeah.
Ever.
Seriously.
None at all. Nope. It's all about geoguessing, but imagine doing that when you're constantly moving and totally disoriented. The article sums it up perfectly. No map, no plan, no clue.
Wow, okay, no map, no clue. That sounds like intense. How does that actually work week to week?
Well, each episode, the main challenge is just figuring out their location. Where in the world have they ended up this time?
And how do they do that? Just wander around?
Kind of. It's less about big physical stuff and more about, using their brains, deciphering clues from their surroundings.
There's what kind of clues?
Subtle things. Maybe the language on a sign, the way buildings look, even the food people are eating. Mundane details suddenly become vital puzzle pieces. It forces you to really look.
I like that. It sounds like the kind of show where you'd definitely be shouting guesses at the screen.
Totally.
So when can we start playing along? When does it air?
Mark your calendars for May 27th, 2025. That's the premiere, 10 p.m. Eastern on NBC.
Okay, May 27th and streaming.
Yep, Peacock. Episodes will be up the day after they air on NBC.
Good, good. Always need that streaming option. Now, who's navigating this chaos? Is there a host?
There is. It's Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
Oh, interesting choice.
Yeah, the Koi Moi piece mentions him leading this wild travel game show. He's got that sort of rugged, relatable vibe, which might actually work really well here.
Yeah, I could see that. A familiar face in the middle of all that uncertainty. Okay, so who are the contestants, the ones who actually signed up for this madness?
Right, so there are 10 to start with. The article lists them. Biggie Bailey, Ali Bross, Kim Connor, Jonah Everts, Shane Kierton, Mac Fitzgerald, Ty Lowry, Josh Martinez, Rick Sabo, and Rachel Rosette.
10 people dropped into the unknown together. Sounds like a recipe for drama right there.
Definitely. But wait, there's another layer.
Oh.
The article mentions 2 other people joining who viewers might already know.
Like celebrities?
Sort of reality TV famous, maybe? Jana Craig from Love Island.
Okay.
And Peter Weber, from The Bachelor. And he was also on The Traitors.
Pilot Pete. Okay, so bringing in known reality faces. What's the thinking there?
Well, the article says their arrival will change the game's trajectory. So maybe they bring their own strategies or fan followings. It could definitely shake things up, mix the social game with the puzzle solving, a bit like The Traitors, actually.
Right, that makes sense. Adds another unpredictable element. So, okay, back to the game itself. How do they actually try to figure out where they are each week if everything's so unfamiliar?
So the show essentially treats Europe like a giant real-life game board.
Okay.
Their goal each week, pinpoint their location. To do that, they visit these unique but also unfamiliar tourist attractions.
Unfamiliar, so not the Eiffel Tower or the Colosseum.
Exactly. The clues are meant to be subtle.
Yeah.
Think less obvious landmark, more interesting local spot that might offer hints if you're paying attention. It won't be easy.
Gotcha. So it's about putting pieces together. What skills do they really need then?
An article is pretty specific here. It calls out knowledge of pop culture, history, geography, and observational skills.
Wow, that's quite a mix. Pop culture too.
Yeah, maybe recognizing a brand or a style or something related to a local event. It seems like they need to pull information from everywhere, what they see, hear, maybe even taste, then connect it all. Do you think, one skill is better than others? Is being a history buff better than just having sharp eyes?
That's a good question. I mean, geography knowledge seems pretty key, obviously, but just being super observant, noticing small details others miss, that could be huge, right? Especially if the locations are obscure.
True. Observation might be the great equalizer.
So they gather their clues, they think they know. How do they lock in their guess?
Okay, so that happens in a specific place called the map room.
The map room. Sounds dramatic.
I bet it is. Each contestant goes to this map of Europe, or maybe the world, and places an X where they think they are.
Okay. So everyone sees everyone else's guess.
Seems like it. Very public, very direct. You see immediately who might be close and who's way off base.
And being way off base is bad, I assume.
Very bad. The contestant whose X is marked furthest from the actual correct location, they're eliminated. Sent home.
Ouch. High stakes indeed, just based on a guess.
Exactly. And the last person left, the one who navigates the mystery the best, wins $250,000.
$250,000. Okay, that's serious motivation to pay attention to those clues.
You'd think so.
Now, besides the guessing game, what else is going on? It's reality TV, there must be more.
Oh, for sure. The article touches on the strategic and social side, too. Remember, these people are living together, traveling together, all while being completely disoriented.
Yeah, that's gotta be tough.
Right. So you're going to have alliances forming and breaking, maybe some friction. The source mentions dealing with shifting alliances and unexpected adversaries. It's not just about knowing geography, it's about playing the social game under pressure. The constant unknown location probably just cranks up that pressure too.
Sounds like a pressure cooker, yeah. Travel, stress, mystery, competition, social dynamics. Wow. Did the article give any sense of what NBC thinks about this? Their expectations?
It did include a quote, actually, from Sharon Vong. She's the EVP and head of unscripted programming at NBC.
Okay, what did she say?
She pointed out that the format, Destination X, has apparently already been a hit internationally. It's captivated audiences around the world, was her phrase.
So it's based on an existing successful show.
Seems so.
Yeah.
And she said NBC is bringing its own fresh, uniquely NBC twist to it, with Jeffrey Dean Morgan leading the charge. So they clearly think they've got something with strong potential.
Right, adapting a proven format but making it their own. Okay, so let's try and wrap this up. Big picture. Destination X, new NBC reality show.
Yep. Travel competition across Europe.
Key twist. Contestants have zero idea where they are.
Right. Geoguessing is the core challenge each week.
Hosted by Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
With a mix of regular folks and a couple of known reality TV faces.
They need knowledge, observation skills.
And good social strategy.
To guess their location, avoid elimination in the map room.
And win $250,000.
Premieres May 27th on NBC, streaming next day on Peacock. Did I miss anything crucial?
Nope, that pretty much covers what the article laid out. The key ingredients are all there.
So thinking about this, for you listening, what part of Destination X sounds most compelling? Is it the travel, even though it's mystery travel? Is it the puzzle, trying to piece together those clues yourself? Or is it maybe the human element, watching people cope with this weird, confusing situation together?
It's interesting that the format's already worked elsewhere, isn't it? What is it about this mix of like mystery and geography and travel that grabs people?
Yeah, that's a great question. And maybe think about yourself too. With that blend of needing, general knowledge and really sharp observation, how do you think you'd actually do if you were dropped somewhere random with no map?
Something to definitely think about while we wait for May 27th.
Exactly. Food for thought until then.